Hello, guys. This is Akash, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm again back with a podcast. So, with us, we have Ritik. So, he is from metallurgy background, and he has got a job in EXL as a business analyst. So, we will try to learn from him his journey and how from a non-tech background he made a switch to data science career. So we will have a lot of things to catch up. So let's get started. Ritik, would you like to introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Ritik Salampuria. I'm currently studying in Malviya National Institute of Technology, Jaipur. And as I said, my branch is Metallurgical and Materials Engineering. So, like as I said, switching from code to tech is a difficult task, but according to me, it is simple if you have the willpower and jasba, the jasba to do it. So you will be able to do it.
Great, great. Okay, Ritik, we'll jump to the questions directly. So why don't you tell us when was the first time you got to know about data science? Like you were your branch was metallurgy, exactly metallurgy or something add on
No,
metallurgy.
metallurgical and materials engineering.
Okay, so you were in that, you're studying that. So when did you think that I need to get into data science? What was the first interaction with data science?
Like first interaction with data science, like unknowingly or knowingly, we interact with data science applications in our daily life. Like regularly, we interact with the applications, but we don't know that it is application of data science. Like for example, like suppose you're shopping on an e-commerce site, you search a product, so that is done using a data science work. And there is also, like you can say, a new feature introduced where you can put in the photograph of any cloth, so it will give you the recommended clothes according to that photograph. So that is also application of data science, but we don't know it. So the first time like I encountered the data science work was of a simple project like that Titanic dataset project. So going on learning things and things, various things. So like from basics to advanced applications, I went on to.
In which year you started learning data science, and like you directly jumped to data science, or you're looking for some other opportunities in IT sector?
Okay, like in the starting from the, I'll start my journey from the lockdown period, from when I started into this
That time you were
coding
in?
part. I was in second year.
Okay.
So, so when we go home, like our parents always force us to study, study, study. And that time I didn't have any, exams were online, and you know how the exams online go. So I started with like coding. I started with the language of Python. I started learning the basics of Python. After that, I jumped on to the analysis part where I should pick up random data sets from Kaggle and analyze some things, that sales data set maybe, or any superstore sales data set. So after doing this, like I got a bit bored. that कितना analyze करे यार, हो गया बस. उसके बाद जैसे कि after analysis part I left all that things, and when I came to third year, our college reopened, and like around 1 month I was exploring various things like DSA हो गया, website development हो गया, software development हो गया. But I didn't think that that was for me. So there was a special part after analysis which came data science part, which was related to Python and the analysis part. So I like searched on the YouTube like what are the various data science courses. In the beginning, I went for free courses. Like in the YouTube channel, we get various courses. But the major problem with the YouTube channel courses are they are not sequentially arranged. Like the things which you want to learn, you will get that part, but some parts are skipped in the between. Like you can say, suppose the statistics part, you can say there are not various channels which teach coding with statistics in Python and all. So that was the thing with me, and like I went on to expand my knowledge in this field, uh, and now I think I'm confident that I have at least 50% or 40% knowledge after such course.
Okay. Now that you have got the job in EXL as a business analyst, and the way they will be working on data science project, you can say you have more knowledge than that as well. Okay. So, what do you think is the most important thing in data science life cycle? Like there are so many things we do, right? So what do you think is the
Yeah.
most important?
The most important thing will be the data cleaning part, but as a fresher we don't get data sets where we need to do a lot of cleaning, like Kaggle data sets and all. Half of the data is already clean. You don't need to compute any missing values, nothing you need to do. You just need to build a model and do hyperparameter tuning if you want. But in real world data sets, I think we'll face this kind of problems where the data coming from the pipelines may have many errors or may have many missing values, which we need to analyze and do some domain knowledge to fill in those values.
Okay. And how was your resume? Well, like how the resume looked when you applied for EXL?
EXL, okay. So the resume was basically our college provides us the pattern of the resume where we can fill in our skills, projects, internship, extracurricular activities. So in the beginning, I had made my own resume, looking at the seniors of some college, but that didn't help me too much. So I jumped into the college resume format, and that helped me. That was selected on the like I had applied for companies like JPMG, KPMG also, but my resume didn't get selected. But after getting the college resume part, that resume got selected. Like first time only I applied, it got selected.
Wow. And what are the projects you added in the resume?
I had built two projects. Like first was the flight price prediction, and the second was sentiment analysis.
Okay. And how was the interview? Can you give a bit of
Yeah.
idea, like how was the
Uh,
interview for freshers, so that big companies like EXL are looking for in candidate?
okay. I'll basically describe the whole process from starting to the end.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
First, the companies like they come to the campus. Okay, for placements, we have to fill in those Google forms which they have upload the resume. So after 1 or 2 days, the selected resumes are passed on to us that these candidates are selected for the that uh, aptitude round. So
Okay.
after giving when the aptitude round comes, like we had 40 questions to 36 questions, and we had the number of questions and the number of minutes were proportional, like 40 questions 40 minutes, 35 questions we had around 36 questions and 36 minutes to do it. So the part was easy. If you have basic aptitude knowledge, you can do it. And after the aptitude clearance part, after 1 day the results were out of the aptitude part, and after 3 days we had the interviews. The interviews were like basically divided into two parts. First we had the basic part where the interviewer tries to gain knowledge about what you do, what are the basic skills you have, is it whatever is mentioned in your resume, do you know it or you just have written it that you know it. Okay, so the questions were on the resume only. He had a resume in his hand and he was asking, any question he get on his head, he was asking those questions from the resume. So the first round went pretty good. And first round I had around 11 o'clock. So I thought that my name is not selected because at 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock, many students' name were announced for the second round. So I remember around 3 o'clock, I was in my department and the call of the student placement coordinator came that you had your interview for the second round. So I had to literally come running to my room and give the second round. So the second round also went good. Uh, and I was waiting for the results. And in the evening, the results were announced. I was selected.
Okay. And what kind of questions were asked with you on the projects which you put in the resume? You told,
Yeah.
right? You mentioned two projects. One was
Yeah.
flight prediction,
Yeah.
and some other was
Yeah.
analysis.
Like I said, the questions were around the resume only. So the first round of my interview, after 5 to 10 minutes of basic questions, the rest of the 10 minutes, interview was around 20 minutes. So the next 10 minutes went on my project. He asked me questions on the flight price prediction project which I had built. He asked me to explain from the project from the beginning, like from where we got the data sets. Was there any missing values? I had explained him all the things.
Okay.
And he asked at the end, like, which model you have built. Like, so I told him random forest. Then he asked why random forest, why not other algorithms. So I'd given him answers to that.
Okay. Great. And guys, if you don't know, Ritik is a student of Cloudy ML. So we'd like to know from him how the course here helped you in upskilling yourself and at the end getting the job.
Yeah, yes, sir. So like I said that I had started my journey during my third year. So after gaining knowledge from like it was like यहाँ से knowledge उठाया यहाँ से उठाया और merge कर दिया. तो ऐसा ऐसा कोई part था जो miss हो गया था. So sir, Cloudy ML course has helped me to gain all that parts, and the most important part of sir's course which I feel that how much ever you get the theoretical knowledge, you need to apply that while coding. So that was the best part. I think he had his courses, all the codes written, like why we are writing this code, why we are writing this code, why we are doing this. So everything was explained in a sequential and a basic manner, where even a college student, like he's coming to first year, he can also understand these concepts. It was explained in a very simple and furthermore, like suppose you had a block of code which had a concept which a normal student can't understand. So above that, there was also a video explaining that concept, what was the theoretical aspect of that concept. So it didn't take much time for me to finish the course because the theoretical part was clear to me. I just needed to practice those concepts, and it gave me a clear knowledge of that.
Okay, so the hands-on part really helped you.
Yeah, the hands-on part was around 90%. I would rate your course on that. The hands-on part was very good.
Okay, great, great. And how about the core support from our team? Like we have a chat support, right, wherein you can ask your queries first. Did you ever need the requirement or not?
No, I didn't. I didn't need that chance support.
Great, great,
Like,
great.
everything was explained in a sequential manner. Or if I should get any doubt, I should search on YouTube. I should get Google. I should get the answers.
Yeah, great, great. Fine. Okay. So now that you have a job in EXL, and now what are the things you are trying to learn so that you can have get better future in data science?
Like the basic algorithms are covered. So after this, I am interested in that artificial intelligence part. I'm interested in that artificial intelligence part. So currently, I'm doing that deep learning part where we have that ANN, CNN, and all that LSTM. So
Okay,
after,
Ritik, when you went for the interview, what are the skill sets you have? You can name them like Python.
yeah. So I had the skill set of Excel, Tableau for data analysis, and Python. I had the knowledge, SQL, and various libraries in Python, all that beautiful soup and all, which required a bit knowledge of data science. I had covered all that concept. At least the basics, I've covered it.
When you're giving interviews, like suppose you have interviews tomorrow or 2 days, or suppose 1 week later. So how would you prepare yourself? How did you prepare for your interviews?
I'll basically explain this from what I got from my seniors, what knowledge they gave me. So before any company arrives in the college, you need to see what all skill sets are required by them. Like they require data analysis skill set or they require data science, Python and all. So you need to at least get the basics of that skill set. So I had watched various interview questions from sites, web pages where we can, get all the interview questions in a sequence. So I didn't mug up any interview questions. It was like, I just read through them and it went inside my head. So that was the part which I prepared for the interview. And one basic question which I giving the interview as the first time, I was actually nervous in, like, tell me something about yourself. So this is the interview question where most of us, get confused. So that part went well according to me, I think. So that was good.
Okay, if someone has never done coding in life and he has to start learning Python, what would you tell them? Like how should they go?
Yeah, they should go. They should not only watch the videos. Like what I should do, I should go and watch all the videos to the end, and nothing should go inside my head. You should, actually, like suppose you're learning list in Python or tuple in Python. You should learn that concept. You should watch a video of 10 minutes or 15 minutes on list or tuple, anything, and you should practice at least 1 hour on that. So that will help you more than watching videos.
You tried to learn any other language apart from Python? Like you told you were learning DSA also sometime.
Yeah, I went for Java.
Java. So how do you compare Java and Python?
Java was a bit tough than Python. If you're learning for the first time any programming language, I think you should go with Python. That's according to me. Anyone should have a various aspect on this.
And how much math plays a very important role in the life of a data scientist?
Maths, being a fresher, I don't think it has played an important role, but yes, it will play an important role in industry, I think, where.
What are the topics you have covered in terms of mathematics for data
maths
science?
And statistics, like all that mean, median, variance, the correlation part and all. And the major part which I faced problem was that hypothesis testing part. It was not going inside my head only. Literally, I had to commit at least 10 days to learn these concepts.
Okay.
And after that, it went good. Now I have everything inside.
Great. Okay, so and you have given this interview. So from this, you might have got an idea like what the companies are looking for in a fresher as a data scientist
Yeah.
or business
In
analyst.
a fresher, I think they are looking more of a confidence what you have, the problem, the ability to solve any problem. I think they are looking more on that than skill sets. Skill sets is also important, but the willpower to solve any problem, I think they are looking more into that.
And how do we show the willpower? Like what?
By by the way you speak, the interviewer, I think he can understand that whether you are the right fit for his company or not. You need to have a good communication skills with the interviewer and that.
Okay.
So
And
I think that.
don't you think the projects will play a very important role? Like
Yeah,
if
of course, of course. If you had done a project, that's a plus point. It will surely help.
like suppose if you didn't have those two projects in your resume,
Yeah,
the story, what would the story interview talk to you about, right?
yeah. If I didn't have any of those two projects in my skill set, the interviewer I think would ask me the questions on the skill set. He would go deep into the skill sets. And like I said, I had the project in my resume, so I know I was knowing that interviewer will ask something on the project. So literally, I had committed time learning the concepts, like which was skipped during the project solving. I had brushed up all the concepts.
Okay. So would you like to share to our viewers what was the salary offered to you by EXL as a fresher?
Yeah, as a fresher, I was offered the CTC of like 7.5.
Wow, that's great. Much more than what I got as a fresher. Great, great. And what advice would you like to give to people who are from non-tech backgrounds, like doing engineering, metallurgy, mechanical? They are tech background because we
Yeah,
have tech, but still they are
yeah.
non-coding backgrounds to be specific. And someone from some other background, BCom, MBA, BBA. So, what would you be your
If
advice?
I think if you are having a branch of computer science or EC, it's good that you don't need to do any extra work. But if you are having a branch like me, metallurgy, or if you're having mechanical or civil, where we don't get any tech knowledge in our classes, so we need to I'll start from coming from the first year only. From the first year, when you come to the college, explore various fields. Try to find out which field is good for you. If you want to go in the tech background, try to explore various fields which we can go. After exploring the fields, think according to you, not according to what other people think. Think according to you, which field is best suited for you, and try to gain more knowledge in that field, which will definitely help you.
Oh,
And you can start from the first year I think you should enjoy yourself in the college. From the second year you can start like at a pace, not too slow, not too fast.
okay. You have a profile in Kaggle.
Yeah, I have a profile in Kaggle.
You participated in competition till now?
No, I didn't participate in
Okay.
competition.
Those two projects you told, so they were a part of Kaggle competition? Those two projects you put in your resume?
No, they were not the part of. And like the uh, actually in my house, whenever there is a ticket booking, let it be train or flight, it is always me who had to book the tickets. So
Okay.
every time I wonder that why the ticket price is fluctuating so much. Like we know that if there is a festival, it will fluctuate. Like in normal days, what are the various parameters which can affect? So I was searching for, like in trains, you don't have that much fluctuation because the price is fixed in the government. Uh, in flight companies, where the companies fluctuate the price according to their need, and the festivals or anything is falling in between. So I was really interested to know that what are the parameters which can fluctuate this price. So that was the main reason for picking this project.
Got it. Okay. So I think I'm done with my questions. Do you have any questions for me or our team?
Yeah, I have one question to you, sir. Uh, what is the suppose in our life? Okay, in sometimes we get demotivated. Sometimes we don't feel like doing anything. Okay, so I want to know from you that what are the things which you feel when you feel low. What are the things you do to keep yourself motivated, and when you also have to manage a team under you. So what are the things which you do to manage this?
Okay. So when I get demotivated, what do I do?
Yeah, and managing skills also. What do you do to enhance your skills?
Uh, Enhance the skills as in which kind, what kind of skills?
Managing team managing.
Managing skills. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So whenever I feel demotivated, so that time first, like, I like get really demotivated for some time. But again, after some time, what do you say? Come back, bounce back. So then we start. Okay, now I start analyzing. Okay, what went wrong? Okay, suppose when I was giving interviews, data science interviews, I gave an interview for a company, and they gave me a take-home case study. I did the study, and on the interview they asked some questions, and I was rejected. So one day whole I was morosed. Okay, what happened? I won't. And that time I was serving my notice period and didn't have any offer in hand. I worked in TCS. I was in 3 months notice period. So I was feeling like, okay, maybe I need to take my paper back. I'm not getting any job, something like that. So after one day again, I told, okay, that's the worst that can happen. That I need to take my paper back. Nothing more bad can happen. So I again started. I analyzed the things, what went wrong, and what could I have done better, and what can I do to improve the things. Okay. So there is a term called persistence, right? You need to keep pushing. Okay. Now I'm currently doing this startup. So always there is ups and downs, right? So when they're down, you need to keep pushing. Okay, let's try this. Okay, this is not working. Let's try this. This is not working out. So you need to keep experimenting, and this is true for any case, like whether you're working, whether doing entrepreneurship or any field. So that's what the only thing which I have in myself, and which I tell others to my team also. Like when what happens, when things go down, not only I get demotivated, my team also get demotivated. Okay, so the only thing which I tell them that keep pushing, and I don't give them ki sab theek ho jayega. Don't I don't give false hopes. I just tell keep pushing, and yeah, that's thing. Persistence is something I try to follow myself and ask my team to follow. And as far as managing is concerned, it's something which comes on your own. Like you don't need to learn it from somewhere. Like just that. Obviously, there are a lot of things. Like you have a big team. Lot of moving parts when you are running a company. When you're a manager in a company, that's a different. They're also same thing. Like people will you need some resources to do some tasks. Then there are resource people who will lead the company. Then you need to fill that gap. That's one part. Again, then you need to have that set the timeline properly and make the things work on that particular timeline. Okay, so main thing is you need to delegate the tasks. You need to have proper team. Whether you're working in some company as a data science manager or you're working as a CEO or the entrepreneur, you need to have a very strong team, and you need to give them proper guidance, proper support, and proper motivation so that the things are properly done. Right. So you need to delegate the task between each and every member.
That was explained very good. You explained it nice.
Okay. ठीक है. Okay, then Ritik, we will close this call. And guys, hope you liked it. If you liked it, hit the like button, share with your friends, and do subscribe the channel. And you have a LinkedIn profile, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll put his LinkedIn profile description in the description. You can connect to him. And yeah, we'll see you in our next podcast. Till then, see you. Bye-bye.